Okay, understanding blade height and what that does to your materials as you are operating the saw. So this picture on the left is showing the minimum blade height that you should be using. And that is allowing for one carbide tooth to stick above your material. Okay? And what that does is gives you a little bit of extra pressure to against you pushing it through. So you can see as the blade is coming through at that angle as it is cutting, this is the cutting side of the blade, it is giving you a more resistance or pushback in that direction. Okay, it is giving it in the direction of the teeth, but it is that extra bit. Okay, same thing with these ones over here. There's the direction in which it's coming through. So if you were running without a splitter and you get some pinching on the blade, that gives you that added movement back towards you. Okay, so it is harder for you to feed that saw. But the thing is, with that setup, you have less tear out. Okay, you've got your tear out on this side or the bottom side of your material. Basically, that is the best setup you can have for that. Okay, and that's usually a good thing on the table saw because you want to have nice clean cuts. So what happens there? Now let's look at the other picture here where we have blade full height with the same thickness of material. Now what you want to look at is the cutting side. Okay, you can see the way the teeth are coming there. That is coming basically straight through your material. So imagine how much pressure downward that is putting on your material. It's holding your material down. Now, the top side of that cut is going to be beautiful because it's pulling straight down, but the bottom side of that cut is going to have the most tear out, definitely more than the other option that we had on the other of the lower blade. So big tear out on the bottom, less tear out on the top. Note that there is no pressure pushing back at you. You can push that piece through the table saw a lot easier than option A. Okay, now on the back side of the blade, you want to look at how the teeth are coming up through the material. And if you're running without a splitter, in other words, letting the material pinch on the blade, right? Anything past the center point of the blade is where you get the kickback. So if that starts pinching on the blade, it's going to really lift your material up, and that's what gives you the kickback. But those are the good, the bad, and the ugly for the two options. Option A, as I will call it, and option B. Okay. Option A is really safe. Obviously, you can't cut off a whole lot of body parts with that. Option B, obviously, you have exposed a lot of blade and have the potential to hurt yourself more. And option B, if you're using all the guards, your hands should never be there anyway. So option B, if you're standing on the table saw cutting all day long, that would be my setup because it's a lot easier pushing the material through. But again, you have to decide what is the quality of cut that you want to have.